Jackets win 4-3 over the Philadelphia Flyers in overtime. This was just a weird game in general with all the reviews in the first period. They really cut up the flow of the first period. Both teams were off for the first period, a little bit into the second, and I think it took probably about halfway through the second period for both the teams to finally get their legs under them, get back into the way they're supposed to be playing. And from that point, the Jackets really grabbed a hold of the game. Philadelphia did find a way to come back and force overtime. Thankfully, we had a long shift by Panarin, and he scored an amazing goal. And with us continuing to push, we need more strong periods, win games that we probably shouldn't win, and dominate teams that we should dominate. We have a couple of games at hand on the Capitals. We're tied in games played with the Islanders. So we got to grit every point we can. And if that means forcing overtime and giving a point to a team like Philadelphia, fine, just grab the extra point. Get as many as you can now. Starting off first period, Philadelphia comes out with a bunch of speed and they're attacking us. They get the first 4 of the 5 shots. About 3 minutes in, the Philadelphia Flyers are on power play. They win the faceoff. They keep it in our zone. They're moving the puck around. They get the puck over to Voracek. And he has all of the time and space in the world. And when you give him that much time and space, he's going to score, and that's what he does. He puts it close out on Bob, and the Philadelphia Flyers lead 1-0. That goal kind of sparked us. We came out with a bunch of pressure after that, attacking the Flyers. They're playing Elliott. It's our 4th time playing the Flyers, by the way, and Elliott is the 4th goal we've played against. They have so much goaltending troubles. It's kind of sad at this point just to see how many goalies they've gone through, but it looks like they're starting to figure it out with Carter Hart, but he's injured, so we get Elliott. But we start peppering Elliott, and Chortle starts to come back in our favor. About halfway through the period, Philadelphia Flyers give us a power play. They do a good job killing it off for the most part. Final 10 seconds, we're in the zone though, we're moving the puck around. Get the puck up to Jones. Jones puts it on net. Elliott makes a save, but he gives up a rebound. Jenner's in front battling. He smacks it out to Borkstrand. Borkstrand gets it, pits it past Elliott. For his 13th of the year, Jack is tied up at 1. Now, this was a weird goal because Philadelphia would challenge for goalie interference. Jenner got bumped into Elliott, but he was tripped, and it was clearly a trip. And so the refs go, nope, that's not goalie interference. We have a good goal. But then throughout the game, they would say it was a power play goal, and then it was not a power play goal. And then it's a power play goal again, and it's not a power play goal. He scored with 2 seconds left in the power play. It's a power play goal. A little bit later, we're in our zone. We get the puck. We break it out. Oliver Borkstrand takes it. He goes down the boards, puts a shot on net, and it beats Brian Elliott. Jackets lead 2-0. Oliver Borkstrand's 14th goal of the year. And then the refs go, how'd that go in? So they look at it. Borkstrand takes the shot. Elliott makes a save. It comes out towards him, and Borkstrand kicks it. But he doesn't kick it into the net. He kicks it across the front. Hits the Flyers defenseman, and then it goes into the net. And the rule is, if you kick it and it doesn't touch a stick, whether on your team or not, if it touches the player's body part and goes in, there's no goal. So Borkstrand does not score, and it's still tied at 1. I get the point of the rule. You don't want people standing in front of the net if both players' sticks are tied up just to start kicking the puck. That's not going to end up well because then no goalie's going to want to reach for the thing because then they might get cut because there's blades on the bottom of skates. Some people forget that. It's a good rule to have, but we don't take the lead. We got to continue to figure out ways to beat Elliott. A couple minutes after that, we're in the Flyer zone. They get the puck. They flip it up. Drew picks it up at the blue line. He enters the zone. Goes around Savard. They move the puck around for a little bit. Get to the point. Put a shot on net. Bob's scrambling for it. JVR's on the side of the net. He's just smacking at it. And eventually he gets it past Bob. Flyers lead 2-1. We would challenge for offsides. And as it's bouncing from the flip in, Drew's trying to get a handle on it, and he just steps off sides, and there we go. That's offsides. No goal. We're still tied at 1. So now, 4 goals have been scored in this game, but it's still tied at 1. Coming here at the end of the period, we're in our zone. We're battling in the corner, but we have 3 guys to there too, so we're in a good spot. We start to work it up out of the boards. We turn it over at the blue line, and the Flyers defenseman send it back down to Travis Konechny, who's standing behind our defense. Everybody forgot about him, and just let him stand there in front of Bob. So he's just like, oh, yeah, I'll be here. They give him the puck. He goes towards the net. There's a scramble. Bob's swinging at it. Keeps smacking it out, but nobody can get a handle on it. Sanheim comes in, pits it past Bob. Flyers lead 2-1. This goal never happens if Zach or Jones don't leave Konechny to stand all alone in front of Bob. That's a poor communication by our 2 defensemen, and they just let Konecny stand there, and then it's a mad scramble in front, and nobody can get a handle on it, and Sanheim's the one who puts it in. So the Flyers take a 2-1 lead to intermission. We come out for the second period, and we start attacking Elliott. We're spending a lot of time in the offensive zone. Seems like our legs are starting to come under us a little bit more after that weird start with all the challenges and stuff. About 7 minutes into the period, we're in the offensive zone, moving the puck around. PLD gets the puck out on one wall. He moves it to Zach on the other side. Zach starts to skate down. He gives the puck Panarin and goes towards the front of the net to be an option. And Panarin looks and goes, I have all of this ice to skate into. Why are the Philadelphia Flyers giving me this much ice to skate into? I'll take it. Just starts to skate towards Elliott. Finds a little hole, pits it past Elliott. Jack gets tied up at 2. Panarin's 25th goal of the year. Kind of like how we gave Voracek too much time and space to skate into. They gave Panarin too much time, and when you give somebody that skill that much time, they're going to score on you every single time. For the rest of the period, we have some pressure in the offensive zone, but we can never really solve Elliott. The defense does a good job in helping him out. They block shots, they gather up the rebound, and get out of the zone just long enough that they can get the change. The few opportunities they had on Bob stood tall and held us in this game. So we ended the third period tied at 2. Come out for the third period, we pick up right where we left off, attacking Elliott, moving the puck around in the offensive zone. About 5 minutes in the period, we have a face-off in the offensive zone. Duchesne wins it to Jones. Jones puts it into the one corner. Flyers start to break it out. Harrington does a good job. He steps up on the attacker and pokes it back behind the net. So the Flyers try and break it out of the other side, and Jones steps up on them. He pops it back down behind the net. Duchesne picks it off before he can get there. Throws it to the other side of the ice to Dzingel. Dzingel doesn't catch the pass, so he goes to chase it down and realizes, I really don't have anything towards the net. I'll pit up to the point. They'll pit a shot on net. We'll go from there. Pits up to Scott Harrington. As soon as Harrington gets it, he pits it on net. It beats Brian Elliott. Jackets lead 3-2. Harrington's second goal of the year. And Duchesne's ability to win faceoffs is huge for us. Because we win this faceoff, we were able to spend time in the offensive zone. Recovering pucks is also huge for us. Harrington pitching down was smart. Jones pitching down was smart. Dzingel using his speed to go to get to the wall, and his ability to realize, there's no option towards the middle of the ice. I got to go up high again. Brilliant play by him. Great shot by Harrington. If we keep this effort up, we should have no problem winning this game. A little over halfway through the period, we're in our zone for a face-off, and we lose it. And much like when we won our face-off, we made the Flyers pay. They're going to make us pay. They get to Provorov on the point. He sends it down to Voracek, and it's miscommunication. We lose coverage of guys. Sanheim sneaks in the back door. There's nobody covering him. Voracek hits a beautiful little pass over to him. Sanheim pits it in the back of the net for his second goal of the game, tying it up for the Flyers. Sanheim has 8 goals this year. 4 of them are against us. I don't know why. Whenever we play him, he seems to be able to score some goals. So we have to really watch out for him the rest of the game and into the future if we're going to continue the success we have against the Flyers. But for the rest of the third period, we do a good job. Continue to control the pace of the period. We had one missed play and end up in the back of our net. We go out for overtime. We're very good in overtime. We have a set play. Dubinsky wins the faceoff to Jones. He goes for the change. PLD comes on the ice. They go up the ice and score. It doesn't happen here. The Flyers win the faceoff, so they take it back into their zone, giving up Dubinsky enough time to get off to get PLD onto the ice. For about 4 minutes, it's a back and forth. Goalies are making saves, teams are taking shots, and they're very good shots. Good, just can't beat the goalies. Coming near the end of overtime, Flyers are in our zone. Drew has the puck behind the net. He goes to pit out front. Voracek pits on the goal. Bob makes the save, and it falls down. Panarin picks it up, throws it to Jones to get us away from Bob and just get in the offensive zone. Been a long shift for these guys. They've been defending a lot. Jones starts to skip ice. He doesn't like what he sees. Goes back to Panarin. Smart move. Panarin gets it. He goes around the defender. Goes up the ice. Jones does a good job. He stays with them and stays ahead of him most of the way. Always presenting an option. If Panarin needs to go to him to go for the change, whatever, he's there. Get the blue line. Panarin enters. Jones goes to the back door. Panarin throws it over to Jones. Jones hits it in past Elliott. Jackets win 4-3. Seth Jones' 8th goal of the year, breaking a 22-game goalless streak. And Seth Jones now leads the franchise most overtime goals scored with 7. Previous record was 6 with Rick Nash. That was a real gritty win, yes, I know what I did, where we fought through some goals in the game, those challenges at the first, and we just figured out a way to fight through it all and keep going to Flyers. And eventually we knew we were going to win this game. And we have to keep that up and attack the Edmonton Oilers. They may not be the best team, but they have McDavid and Draisaitl and Nugent Hopkins. Those three can burn us. We have to pay attention to them. So until next time, click like and subscribe, all that fun stuff. Until then, I will see you later.